This is K.C. Koteshwaramma of EC Department from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I would like to discuss about the calculation of electric field strength, which we can represent with capital E for surface charge case. Surface charge or charge density, surface charge density we can take it. Now we are going to calculate electric field strength E, which is one of the important characteristic parameter for electric fields that we are going to calculate in case of surface charge. Here if you take surface charge has both length and breadth that must be confined to a sheet, and surface charge. For surface charge generally we can give surface charge density, and that is represented as rho s. Now here I have considered a surface charge. This one is surface charge here, rho s, and now that sheet is placed in xy plane. That sheet has both the edges, it has both length and breadth, and to get a surface we need at least two sides. The two sides here I have considered in xy plane. In any charge case, if it is a point charge, line charge or surface charge or volume charge, we are always trying to calculate the field at one point. That point we can take as field point. Here field represents either maybe the calculation of E or the calculation of D. That means calculation of either electric field strength or flux density. Those parameters we are trying to calculate at field point due to source point. Now here our source is surface charge. We are trying to calculate electric field strength E. E at this point we are trying to calculate due to the source. Source here is surface charge, rho s, or a sheet charge, and the field here is at point P. So at point P we are trying to calculate E. Field strength E at point P we are trying to calculate due to the source. Here source is a surface charge, and that surface charge is located in xy plane. So if you take a point that is confined to point 1 here is, as point 1 is in xy plane, the point here may be xy comma 0. And now we are trying to calculate the field at point P, and now here point P is located on z axis. So the point on z axis generally we can take as 0 comma 0 comma z, because both x and y coordinate variables are zeros. We have only z coordinate variable, and now here the point P is located at a distance of h units from origin. So now here the point P is 0 comma 0 comma h. This is about the arrangement. Now we are trying to calculate field at E due to a surface charge rho s, which is in xy plane now. If we go through all these parameters here, r is the distance between field point and source point, where r represents the distance between field point and source point, and rho is the radial distance. Here we have rho, and this rho is the radial distance from origin to source point, and then the angle which is measured from x-axis. This angle is measuring from x-axis, that we can take as phi. Now here our final aim is calculation of E. For that one we know the formula for electric field intensity in case of point charge. We must start with the formula for electric field strength in case of point charge. In case of point charge, E equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into AR. This is the formula. Now by using this formula we are trying to calculate E in case of surface charge. So for that one I am trying to write rho s in terms of Q. Here now as we are considering surface charge, we can take charge in terms of rho s. For that, and as we have equation in terms of Q, we must get the relation between Q and rho s. Here E in terms of Q in terms of rho s is integral rho s ds. Or in other words, rho s is nothing but surface charge density, which is charge per unit area, dq by ds. Here surface area is ds, and to get Q we must take rho s ds over a integrals. over the surface integral. Now here in place of q, I am writing it as rho s ds divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into a. Here, as we are considering surface charge, rho s is known to us and we have to calculate this ds. Surface area 4 pi epsilon naught. 4 pi is constant, epsilon naught is also constant, and we have to calculate r square ar. So by calculating these four parameters, ds, ar, r square, and by substituting them in this equation, we can calculate E. And now to calculate those parameters here, we must know their meaning. ds here is surface area, and here ar is nothing but unit vector, which is position vector or displacement vector divided by magnitude vector. And now here r, to calculate displacement vector or position vector, we must take the difference between field point and source point. Here field point is along z axis, which is 0, 0, h. The vector representation of field point is, here is, we don't have any x coordinate variable. So 0 into ax, and even y coordinate variable is also 0, 0 into ay plus z coordinate value is h. So point P in vector form is HAZ, which is the field point now. And now source point in vector form is, source point here is point 1. In vector form, point 1 is in xy plane. So x comma y comma 0 is point, and in vector form it is x into ax plus y into ay plus 0. So now to get this displacement vector r, we must take the difference between field point and source point. Field point here is HAZ minus XAX minus YA. HAZ, and this we can write as XAX and YAY we can write as rho A. This is rho A. This is displacement vector value, and if you want to calculate its magnitude, it is square root of h square plus rho square. Now by substituting those values here, and we can rewrite this equation in terms of r as equal to integral rho s ds into r is nothing but r by r. 4 pi epsilon naught r square. We have one more r here. One more r will come from this unit vector. So now it is finally integral rho s ds into displacement vector r by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. So then E equal to integral rho s ds into displacement vector is HAZ minus rho A rho divided by 4 pi epsilon naught rho square plus h square whole to the power of 1 by 2, and you have cube here. So finally thus that term will become rho square plus h square whole to the power of 3 by 2. And now here we have one more calculation, that is integral ds. Integral ds we have to calculate. So before going to the calculation of this ds, we must take one more consideration here. Now if you go through this diagram, surface charge, we have surface charge 1 here and surface charge 2 here. So as we have both the surfaces 1 and 2, and due to the symmetry here, the rho component will get cancelled. From this rho component will get cancelled, and finally you may have only z component. So then as this rho component is getting cancelled, due to symmetry of the charge distributions, as we have one charged particle 1 in xy plane, we have one more charged particle 2 in minus xy plane. So due to the symmetry, the resultant field along that direction will get cancelled. So rho term will get cancelled, and the resultant term is equal to integral rho s ds into HAZ divided by 4 pi epsilon naught rho square plus h square whole to the power of 3 by 2. Now we have only AZ component. So as we have only AZ, I am trying to take integral ds, surface area also only in z direction. So if you go through the spherical coordinate system and ds, now I am trying to take spherical coordinate variables here because as rho is involving, rho and z involves, as rho and z involves, spherical coordinate variables are rho comma phi comma z. So we must take spherical coordinate system. So now here I need to calculate this one, integral ds. Integral ds. So to calculate integral ds, we must take the component along z axis. Component along z axis here is, this one is integral ds. Component along z axis in spherical coordinate system. Along z axis. Component along z axis is integral rho d rho d phi into az. So now this is ds. ds in spherical coordinate system, and that if it has only z component. Here, due to the symmetry, as I am telling, rho component is getting cancelled and only we have component along z axis. So as we have component along z axis, we must take this ds also along z axis because they all will come in dot product. If you take another component also, no use, because rho dot az, a rho dot az will become 0 and a phi dot az also will become 0. So as those components will get cancelled, even if we consider, I am trying to take ds along z direction only. So then ds along z direction, if we consider spherical coordinate variables, is integral rho d phi into az. Now that we have to substitute here. So now for that one, we'll write this equation E again by writing this ds. Now here E equal to integral rho s. ds is nothing but, now in place of integral ds we can write. Integral ds is integral rho d phi into r component, this one, displacement vector or position vector r equal to rho arrow h az minus rho arrow plus h az divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube is rho square plus h square whole to the power of 3 by 2 into, as minus rho arrow component getting cancelled, I am taking only z component h is. So now it is rho is constant and 4 pi epsilon naught is also constant term. Now here the integration is along a surface. That means we must take the integration over two sides. One integration is with reference, as we have both d rho and d phi terms. One integration with respect to rho and one more integration with respect to phi. One integration with respect to rho I am taking, and here rho limits are from 0 to infinite and phi limits are from 0 to 2 pi. Rho d phi h is divided by rho square plus h square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So now this is the case. Now here to get this E value, we have to simplify this entire integration. So now E here equal to rho s by 4 pi epsilon naught. Now I am separating the integration. Rho equal to 0 to infinite. This is rho d rho. Next integral is phi with reference to phi. Phi is taking the values from 0 to 2 pi to d pi to h is divided by rho square plus h square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So now if you simplify phi term, rho s by 4 pi epsilon naught integral phi is taking the values from 0 to 2 pi to d phi. Rho 0 to infinite rho d rho divided by rho square plus h square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This is all along z direction. So now if we simplify this one, integral d phi results in phi, and phi is taking the limits from 0 to 2 pi. Then it will become, this entire term will become 2 pi. because integral d phi is phi and phi is taking the values of 0 and 2 pi. 2 pi minus 0, that results in 2 pi. Then E equal to rho s divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2 pi, that we have to substitute here. Rho s by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2 pi into this one we have to simplify. Rho d rho divided by rho square plus h square whole to the power of 3 by 2. H I am taking out of this integration because h is the distance. If you move along z axis, h value will vary. That now here integration is with respect to rho. So with respect to rho, now we can take h as constant. So that's why I am taking h out of integration. Then it is d rho divided by rho square plus h square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This entire component is along z axis. So now this, if you take this integration, it looks like integral x dx divided by x square plus a square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So for such integral of x dx divided by x square plus a square whole to the power of 3 by 2, the resultant value is minus 1 by square root of x square plus y square, or minus x square plus a square whole to the power of minus 1 by 2, where x is nothing but rho and a is nothing but h. So now the resultant value, by simplifying this one, is, by simplifying this term, the resultant term obtained is, anyhow rho s is constant, rho s h by 4 pi epsilon naught, 4 pi epsilon naught into 2 pi minus, in place of x is nothing but rho square plus h square whole to the power of minus 1 by 2. And the limits of rho here are 0 to infinite into az we have. So by now substituting these integral limits, upper limit here is infinite and lower limit is 0. Now by substituting them, we will get the finalized equation. And the obtained equation is in terms of the known parameters. Here known parameters are rho s. Rho s is the known parameter which is a constant one. So our final aim is, we need electric field strength equation in terms of known and constant parameters. So now then E equal to rho s to h 2 pi. From this 2 pi and 2 pi gets cancelled, and the numerator we have 2, sorry, in the denominator we have 2 minus rho square. Or this is better if you take it as 1 by rho square plus h square whole to the power of 1 by 2, and the limits are 0 to infinite. Resultant is along z axis. So rho s into h by 2 minus 1 divided by 1 by infinite term, that will result infinite square plus h square. Anyhow, infinite square plus h square term is this one, results in infinite square whole to the power of 1 by 2. So which is equal to infinite minus plus, by substituting the lower limit, this will become minus of minus plus 1 by, in place of rho we must substitute it as 0 square plus h square whole to the power of 1 by 2. So the first term is infinite, then we can leave it rho s into h by 2 into 1 by h square whole to the power of 1 by 2. Here square and 1 by 2 gets cancelled, and this is 1 by h. Now here we have 2 epsilon naughts. After simplification we have epsilon naught here. So then E equal to, this h and h will get cancelled, and E equal to rho s by 2 epsilon naught. And this resultant field, electric field strength component is along z axis. So now in this way, by substituting R value, AR value, and then RAR values, final equation resulted is E equal to rho s by 2 epsilon naught into Az. This is the generalized electric field strength in case of a surface charge, and if the surface charge is in case of a surface charge which is located in xy plane, and if the field point is along z axis, this one we can take as a generalized equation. So for this case, the resultant equation E, electric field strength E equal to rho s by 2 epsilon naught into Az. Now here the surface charge is located in xy plane and the field point is located along z axis. As the field point is located along z axis, the resultant component is resultant electric field strength is also along z axis. And if you want to write the generalized equation of electric field strength, then we can write it as rho s by 2 epsilon naught into An, where An is unit normal vector, unit vector which is normal to the sheet, where An is unit vector which is normal to sheet. So now this is the case. Same thing here. Here we will recall this entire derivation once. This is the surface charge case. This is the surface charge particle case. In this case, we are trying to calculate the electric field strength. Now here, the important points you must keep in mind are which is the field point and which is the source point. That we must keep in mind. And next, which coordinates system here we are using to simplify it for E. So here we are using spherical coordinate variables to simplify for the final result E. And here the surface charge is located in xy plane and field point is along z axis. Now here as the field point is along z axis, we are taking it as 0, 0, some coordinate variable. And now here coordinate variable is the field point is at a distance of h units from z origin. So that's why we are taking this one as 0, 0, h. Just we will recollect all those points. Here field point is 0, 0, h which is on z axis and the source point is xy plane. So the corresponding point for this source is x, y, 0. Now here r is the distance between field point and source point. And to calculate this r in vector form, we must write the points also in vector form. After writing points in vector form, we have to calculate the displacement vector and their magnitudes. And then angular component here we are measuring from x-axis. In spherical coordinate system, the angle which is measured from x-axis we can represent as phi, and it is taking the limits from 0 to 2 pi. And now here this is the radial distance. Rho, generally we can take rho as the radial distance from z axis and it can take the limits from 0 to infinite. Here initially we started with the equation of E in terms of Q. E in terms of Q equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into AR. That we know. And here the known parameter for us is rho s. So we are trying to replace Q with rho s. For that one Q we can replace with integral rho s ds. So after replacing Q with rho s ds, this is the equation equal to integral rho s ds by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into AR. So first we have calculated the contribution to the field point, contribution of this field point, or at contribution to the total E field at 0.00h. And at 0.00h, as it is the point, we can calculate only. And now our case is surface charge, as we are calculating at point that we are taking as dq, and to get the total value we are taking integral of this field. So now here we are trying to calculate the field which is due to dq that results in dE, and to get the total value, you must integrate this one. E equal to integral dA. So now in this, as we calculated AR and R, we substituted them. By substituting all of them, dA equal to rho S rho d rho d phi minus rho A rho. That means field point minus source point. You have to move from field point to source point. That's why we got 0 minus XAX plus 0 minus YAY plus HAZ. So that is minus rho A rho plus HAZ divided by 4 pi epsilon naught rho square plus H square whole to the power of 3 by 2 into AR. Now by substituting both the values here, phi equal to 0 to 2 pi and rho is from 0 to infinite, h rho d rho by. So now we are separating the integrations here. And 2 pi gets cancelled here. And now as we have symmetrical surfaces, A rho component also getting cancelled and the resultant field component is only along z axis. Here, as we are taking field point along z axis, the resultant electric field strength also having field component along z axis. And now if you go for the generalized case, in general, if you take an infinite sheet of charge, then the resultant field we can take as rho s equal to rho s by 2 epsilon naught into an, where an is the unit vector which is normal to the sheet. And if it is a case of parallel plate capacitor, then we must take both the sides. Both the plates we have to consider. Then resultant field E equal to rho s by 2 epsilon naught an. If we take parallel plates like this, and both the plates are carrying, one plate is carrying positive charge and one plate is carrying negative charge. So then, if one side, the field due to one side is rho s by 2 epsilon naught into an, and the other plate is carrying negative charge. So then rho s must be replaced with minus rho s by 2 epsilon naught into the resultant unit vector also in opposite direction minus an. So finally the resultant field value E equal to rho s by epsilon naught into an. The magnitude of this field will changes as E equal to rho s by epsilon naught, but the direction is again along an. That means which is again along normal to the sheet. The resultant field direction and the sheet direction both are always normal to each other. This is all about the electric field strength calculation in case of surface charge. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.